Here's more food for thought for all of you who believe that we need more oversight. Because the oversight that we have is corrupt, right? So, who becomes an overseer? How does that happen? Where is somebody who's in some big, giant, very rich company, making millions of dollars per year, this person, having to do with banking or investing or the stock market or one or more entities that falls under the jurisdiction of the Securities and Exchange Commission or the Federal Reserve? Where do these people, how do they get the government bureaucrat position, and why? Why do they get this position that does not pay them as much money as their former position in, one of these companies I just mentioned? Why would they want that? Why does somebody want to be a United States Senator? It pays barely $200,000 per year. Well, and it costs the office, you have to spend like $50-60 million to become a United States Senator. Why do you want to spend all that money for a job that only pays not even $200,000 a year? Well, the answer is because of all the power associated with it and the connections that you make. See, these overseers like in the SEC, I mean, who do you pull a guy out of, stocking shelves at Walmart and say, oh, now you're going to be a financial regulator overseer? No. You have to be a financial from way back when, and then you are seeking to stay out of trouble, and you're seeking to keep your friends out of trouble. So you seek congressional approval by way of lobbyists and stuff for you to fill in the new position. Or you get recommended by the last position holder who's leaving for whatever reason. These people are appointed or they ask for the job because they're the only ones that know about it, right? They know all kinds of boring stuff that we don't even find out about. That's why we haven't heard a damn thing about this financial Wall Street reform bill, because we don't understand it anyway. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't care. We're more interested in racist women from the USDA speaking to the NAACP. We're more interested in what Mel Gibson screamed at his girlfriend over the phone. We're more interested in what Lindsay Lohan had painted on her fingernails in court. We don't have the depth. We don't have the ability to earnestly search for the truthful meaning. It feels good to us to have somebody placate us by saying that it's not our fault, telling us that we're getting screwed, which is kind of true, but it's different how we're getting screwed than what they say. Well, the Republicans say that all these deficits that Obama's creating is only going to put the tax burden on the backs of our children and grandchildren, which that's in the very best case scenario that would happen. Worst case scenario, which seems more close to the truth to me, because it's practically impossible for our children and grandchildren to pay back these debts, which makes me believe that it's actually the intent of the people in charge to take all of that away from us. Why are all these mortgages being ended up in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the government-run entities, which are like the final landing place for mortgages and other paper that comes out of banks that are failing or just want to pass the buck on up the ladder, package it up in a derivative, end up on Fannie or Freddie's desk? This bill written by Frankendodd does nothing to handle the problems that were started at Freddie and Fannie. Also, this bill does nothing, which the problems stem from the whole subprime mortgage thing, right? So we're told. The bill does nothing to deal with that. That keeps on going on and on. What we're trying to do with this bill is trying to bring down the whole system of buying and selling stocks, investing and speculating. We're trying to bring down the market with this bill. But it's the Wall Street market reform bill. It's more like the deform bill. It's going to deform it. It's just going to make it go away. As far as overseers go, yeah, you need somebody in a regulatory overseeing capacity, even if they're not making any money. You put your friends in there who know about the business, who understand it, right? They simply are helping to give their friends a warning of what the government has in store next. So of course, you're going to label them as being corrupt when they say that no wrongdoing was detected or found or proven, and there was no harm done, and so-and-so's company didn't do anything wrong with whatever they did that supposedly screwed up, or somebody felt ripped off by such and such an investment firm. And well, no, that didn't actually happen, because look, I'm chairman of the SEC, or the new whole financial regulatory a bunch of oversight people that is being made up out of this deal. It sounds like a lot of what I was talking about last year with the merger of the Fed and the SEC and the FDIC all in one, headed by the Secretary of the Treasury. It's more bigger government, more powerful government, more. They're just taking all our stuff away, man. They're taking all of your and my stuff away. They don't want us to have anything. They want to pass whatever we have to who they feel deserves to have it. Remember also that it is a Muslim tenet written in the Quran. As far as banking goes, you are not supposed to charge interest when you loan money. If you feel that you want to loan money to someone, even as a bank, you are not to charge interest. It's usury. That's what the Quran calls it. That's how the term usury came to be connected with any sort of bank and lending situation adopted from Europe, which was originally largely conceived in Israel, land of the Jews, who were probably inspired and taught by their God about these things. It's why so many of the building blocks of society have been started in that country, because that's where God showed the people how to do stuff. And the free market doesn't matter how you like it or how you don't like it, how you hate it. It will always come out on top, because all you regulators, all you want to do is make more rules that nobody is capable of following, or they don't really have to follow if they don't want to. Another thing, it's either in this bill or in the Healthcare Insurance Reform Act. If you spend more than $600 on anything from now on, this is going to be put into effect for everybody running their own business. If you have any business expense more than $600, you will have to issue whoever you paid the $600 to. You will have to issue them a 1099, like you're paying their salary. So I guess every time you go to the store to buy a computer or some expensive tool, like I guess you'd be giving Home Depot or Office Depot several of these per year. Everywhere where you spend more than $600, they're going to have to get a 1099 from you. If you went somewhere and bought furniture for your office. If you had some expensive vehicle maintenance, you're going to have to give the mechanic a stupid-ass 1099, man. And this is just designed to bring jobs as accountants. Yeah, that's it. No. It's designed to make doing business such a pain in the ass that you just quit, man. That there's more of this coming, like with health insurance reform. You're screwed no matter what there. If you have a plan, an insurance plan with your company, as Barack Obama said, if you like your doctor, you can keep it. Okay? Well, you're going to be paying more out the ass for it, and you'll be taxed on the benefits you receive from your employer. Will be considered as income, and therefore be taxed as such. So, of course, it's going to get more expensive. And if you don't have insurance, your employer is going to have to provide it for you, or he will have to pay a fine. And the fine's a lot cheaper than having to get insurance for a bunch of people. So he will, in most cases, I believe, elect to pay the fine. So what happens next is that you will be informed by the government through the IRS that you have to buy health insurance or pay a fine. And so you'll search around for health insurance, and by this time it'll be so expensive that you will elect to just pay the government fine, and there you go, boom, everybody is paying the government for having or not having employer provided health insurance coverage. And that has nothing to do with what I originally started this thing for, which is the Franken-Dodd bill. Well, thank you for putting up with it anyway.